What's going on, Fortnite fans? My name is luke-thenotable, and in this video, we'll be playing a little Fortnite on the Switch. Yeah, Fortnite's on pretty much everything these days, and I do happen to own the Nintendo Switch. It's the exact same Fortnite, just on the Switch, though you'll find out in this video that Fortnite on the Switch is a little bit different than Fortnite on other platforms. These 20 games are packed with wins, funny moments, and just downright savagery. So to make sure you don't switch me off just yet, let's just get in to game number 1. Now, I'm no stranger to Fortnite on the Switch. I've played it plenty of times. I also primarily play on Xbox, which already uses a controller, so switching over to the Switch is not that difficult for me. So I figured game 1, we should just go Tilted Towers. My first kill on the Switch was this defaulty hiding in a corner. Kill 2 is also a little sloppy, but I was just getting used to the little controller. Like I said in the intro, Switch Fortnite is exactly the same Fortnite that you could play on any other platform, but you are playing on the Nintendo Switch, so there are some performance issues. I record using a dedicated capture card, so on your end, the video should look pretty nice. But actually playing Switch Fortnite, the frame rate can get pretty bad. But, not to offend anyone, players on the Switch have not been known to be the best. I kill a lot of guys on Switch that are obviously playing on handheld mode because they can't build at all. But just because Switch players don't build well, doesn't mean they can't kill you. Switch players are fantastic shots. Oh well, I didn't expect to win the first game anyway. For game 2, I wanted a little bit better chance of winning, so I dropped to this house to the north of Wailing Woods. It's a great little secluded area that can give you a really nice start and tons of loot. I made my way over to Risky Reels and continued to find houses filled with loot. In game 2, you can see that I'm still sort of getting used to the aiming. The only thing the Switch controllers are good for is Mario Kart. It's not impossible to use, just a little wonky at first if you're used to something bigger. It seems that a lot of players don't play with sound on or don't play with headphones. They just never see you coming. Also, the supreme lack of overall building gets a lot of these guys killed. And because Switch is a handheld console, you'll catch a lot of guys that have simply just put the game down. After I knocked down this tree, I found a guy hiding in it from the start of the match. I regret not messing with him before killing him. The Scar is probably the best gun in the game, especially at this distance where the rendering isn't quite complete yet. On my screen, I'm shooting at blobs, but sometimes it works out. Not gonna lie, I knew for a fact I was gonna win this game. I had a minigun with 999 bullets, which sometimes is the best. It's fine, we'll just do it again. Game 3, got another little secret drop here to the west of Greasy Grove. There's a small house here. In this game, it didn't have that great of loot, but it's great position. You're right next to the backdoor entrance to the Viking Village. I did find one other guy, but I'm not even entirely sure that he knew I was shooting at him. The Viking Village is great. It's a ton of chests on top of a mountain. There's also a pretty good chance that some rifts will spawn nearby, so you don't really even have to worry about a poor circle at the start of the game. Playing on the Switch is easier for sure, especially if you're playing with a controller. Think about it. How many people are you gonna fight that are playing on handheld mode? Maybe this guy. He was a pretty easy kill. The one thing the default noobs do have going for them are bushes are a little bit harder to see on the Switch. But you won't fool me, bushy boy. There were 3 people left in the finals. Make that 2 people left in the final circle. I had a gold scar, but that was pretty much it. With how my aiming works, the grappler was pretty much useless, and I only got lucky with that sniper shot earlier. And right when I saw him pull out the rockets, I knew that I wouldn't last long. Alright, game 4, I'm dropping into Shifty. I like Shifty a lot. I've probably already dropped Shifty Shafts well over 100 times. If you know how to move around it, there's tons of angles that you can get on guys, and they never expect it. And there's houses nearby, so after you're done killing in the shafts, you can go get some loot. If I'm being perfectly honest, I was a little bit risky with this minigun, but we made it out of there. The final circle was in Tilted Towers, and you can see even my capture card's having a hard time with the frames. 2 miniguns are better than 1! All jokes aside, in a 1v1 in the final circle, there's no gun I would like to have more than a minigun with full ammo. Yeah, that's nice. For game 5, I dropped into the Spooky Castle, just outside of Haunted Hills. It's got pretty good loot, but can sometimes be far away from the safe circle. I don't know why, but even now, I can't seem to get any kills with the sawed-off on the Switch, but the Scar still comes in clutch. Because people don't build as much on the Switch, the Boogie Bomb seems to be extra effective. People don't block it, it's much easier to use. The final circle was going to be right outside of Shifty Shafts. I had a minigun though, so I wasn't worried. I do get bullied at recess for using the minigun, but they can't touch my wins. For game 6, I dropped into Paradise Palms. It's probably one of my best locations. Nothing happened. I left with a ton of loot though. The first man I encountered was this default noob hiding inside the sniper tower outside Salty Springs. This one was rabid and needed his shots. I wanted that juicy back-to-back-to-back win. I know it's on the Switch, but I've never done it on video. My stuff wasn't the best, but like I said before, sometimes all you need on the Switch is a good rifle. But praise the tomato, the Fortnite gods have blessed me. I used my launch pad to get between my enemy and the new safe circle. This forces the only other player in the match to build towards me, otherwise he'll be consumed by the storm. And when I'm shooting back at you, that's almost impossible. I dropped dropped Lazy Links because, if I'm being honest, probably my second best location outside Paradise. We'll skip to the end too. It was a final circle outside Salty Springs. Like the previous game, I put myself in an almost perfect position to win. Both of the enemy players in the match had to run towards me, so all I had to do was shoot him. The only other guy in the game was sneaky and built pretty well. It was a mad dash for that final circle. But I'd hit him a bunch coming in, so I knew he was on low health. My confidence was through the roof. All I had to do was tick him with this blue pump. He ended up getting the first shot, taking away about half of my health, but when he went up for the second, I took him down. Yeah, that would be back-to-back-to-back-to-backs. Game 8, I dropped to the Smurf Village, because I thought if I was gonna win 5 in a row, I'd do it there. This is probably the dumbest push of my entire Fortnite career, but I'm on the Switch, so I got him. Not much else happened after that. While minding my own business, farming materials, I was attacked by another player. Most of the players you fight on the Switch are default, so when you see someone with a skin, you know it's gonna be a tough fight. In a panic, I built myself in like a true default. Then while trying to run away, I died. Oh well, I didn't think we were gonna get 5 in a row anyway. Game 9, I decided to gamble with my life at Lucky Landing. Worked out great, no one was even around. It was a really slow game and I got very lucky with my loot. My accuracy is also starting to increase using this controller and getting used to 30 frames per second. I guess technically Fortnite on the Switch is supposed to run at 60, but it almost never does. Again, the footage you're watching is way better than what I see on the screen. No one else wanted to die by my hand until I made it to a 1v1 in the final circle outside Wailing Woods. I know it's hard for you guys to hear this, but the only other guy in the match was hiding in this log cabin. Never hide, then I know you're not blooded. My rockets ended up destroying my own structure, but it really didn't matter. I knew this guy wasn't gonna put up much of a fight. He didn't even hit me. I took him down easy. Game 10, I dropped back into the spooky castle, cause, I don't know, mind your own business. I was in fear of my life. My actions were justified. I made my way over to Placento Parco and was attacked by a roving bush. I was able to hit the naked bush with a boogie bomb. Remember, it's real easy to do because most Switch players don't build very well. But those little controller sticks are designed for children's hands! So for games 11 through 20, for comparison, I used a Pro controller. It's basically just a nicer Switch controller. But from the moment I started shooting with it, I could tell this thing was worth it. It's hardwired in for an instant connection, which makes aiming much better, especially with the larger thumbsticks. How about a nice little tip with the grenade launcher? Build a wall and shoot the grenade launcher right into your wall. It'll shoot right over the enemy structure like a mortar and kill them. No, the Pro controller won't make you an overnight pro, but it might give you the advantage you need. And in game 11, it definitely did. Now remember, I got 5 wins before games 1 through 10. We gotta see how many I get. Game 12, I was feeling a little salty, so I went to salty. Here's a little trick when you're popping a guy through a door. Don't shoot him immediately. Let him run in just a second. Once he's inside, it'll be very hard for him to run away, which allowed me to get the bludgeon on him. Unfortunately, when I was recording this game, my hard drive ran out of space. So this game cuts out abruptly. It's fine, I ended up losing. The problem is I didn't know my hard drive was full, so after playing the next game, I also didn't record. I was able to get the end screen, but that's it. But hey, I won with 10 kills. Game 14, I actually have footage for. Wow! Even with lag against me, the Pro controller makes me dangerous. I can't even imagine trying to shoot like this on the tablet mode. I mean, sure, you could get good at it if you practiced enough, but why if you have the Pro controller? This llama looks like he was trying to play in class on his school's terrible Wi-Fi, because he was just running in place. It was easy to kill him. The strangest thing I saw was this wingman driving golf balls into Greasy Grove. Don't worry, I killed him. We'll skip ahead a bit to the final circle. It was pretty nasty in this one. The only other guy in the match could have easily killed me with a risky jump, but instead he built a sky bridge to try to get a better angle, which I destroyed, which made him fall, which made me win. I'm dropping into paradise. You know what this means. Nothing happened. I just love the golf carts. A boatload of fun started with this llama here. You can see the frames were kind of chucking here. I think with the building metal stairs and other structures, sometimes the frames definitely chug. Anyway, I was left real injured from that fight. I was able to get a little bit of healing before attacked by a bright bomber. In this sort of situation, what you want to do is hit him like I did and then build right back up. You gotta remember that this guy likely has 5 times the health that I do, so I can't afford to take any shots. But now that I know that his health is just about mine, I push out a little bit more aggressively. Here I could see he put up defensive walls, so I ran back too. I had plenty of heals in my inventory, so I just wanted to get a quick heal. And then a couple seconds later, with more health on my side this time, I killed him. Final circle, one other guy minigun? Yeah, this is gonna be an easy one. First, I tapped him on his shoulder to see if he wanted to come out and play. His mom said no. Yeah, I'll just get on with it. I mean, you all knew it was gonna happen. Guys, we're getting a little close to 10 minutes. I gotta make this one go a little faster. Game 16, he was lagging. I won. Game 17 was real great. 18, I almost won, but then, you know, got sniped. That one stung a little. Game 19, I played conservatively, stuck to my tactics, and won the game. easily. But we have one more game before I ride off into the sunset. That's right, it's time for game 20. I wanted to drop into Paradise Palms on my standard house, but there was a default there! It's okay, we'll have it fumigated. Super sorry about this one, Gabby the man. My patented anti-aircraft minigun technique still works. In the end, it was me and one other guy. He was on top of a mountain, but I was on the right side. He had to push towards me down the mountain, and we all know how difficult that can be. Thank you all for watching this 20 drops video. I hope you found it interesting. Playing on the Switch was definitely a great experience, but not for the other players. Now, if you don't want to miss any of these videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on all the videos that I produce. And if you liked the video, please actually like the video. That'd be great. Thank you all for watching. I want you all to please stay notable, and I'll see you in the next video.